Konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Channel e yokoso. Hey guys, it's Hannah here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am super excited to share with you some tips for going to Japan. If you've never been before or you want to go, these are a few things that I've learned when I went back in 2015 that I didn't read about, I had no knowledge of, and I really wish I would have known going over there. So here's 5 do's and 5 don'ts for when visiting Japan. Number 1, don't blow your nose in public. It's extremely looked down upon to blow your nose or even sneeze in public. If you have to blow your nose or pull out a tissue, it's best to go to the bathroom and take care of that. Number 2, do slurp your noodles. This was a little bit weird for me. I remember sitting by a few people in Japan and I think we were eating ramen and the noise was so loud. I was raised to never slurp your noodles, but in Japan it actually works as a compliment to the chef. Number 3, do not take pictures in stores or of stores, at least without permission. This was probably the first mistake I made in Japan. Our very first day out, I decided to take my camera with me because I wanted to take pictures of all the cool stores, and yeah, I took some pictures of the inside. And as I was taking a picture of the produce section, because I thought it was cute, this guy comes running out of the back and says, "No shashin, no shashin, no shashin." And I was scared for my life. I had no idea what it meant. And what it meant was no pictures. He did not want any pictures of his shop. So if you're planning to go over as a photographer or even just to take photos yourself, be careful and very mindful of where you take your photos. They might let you take them in some shops, but you have to ask permission first. Number 4, do participate in the Japanese culture when asked. While I was passing a temple one day, there were probably 3 elderly ladies that were burning incense in this temple, and they saw me walk by and they wanted me to be a part of whatever it was they were doing. Hopefully I didn't do anything terrible. They just showed me how they burn their incense and then how to do a polite bow, and I'm assuming that's out of respect for their ancestors, but being able to experience the culture was great. Number 5, don't sit on trees. I am still embarrassed about this today. So I think we were in Yoyogi Park and my sister and I got really tired from all the walking, and there were some benches around, but they were pretty full, so we sat at the base of a tree. Out of nowhere, this police officer comes at us, blowing his whistle and motioning for us to get up. And I didn't understand it at the time what was the big deal about sitting at the base of a tree, but I realized that I was in a park and the Japanese people, they want to protect their forests. They also believe there's a lot to do with spirits and nature. So for example, maybe there was a spirit in that tree and me and my sister were just chilling there because that's what we do in America. We sit at the base of trees when we're tired. Anyways, just be cautious of where you're sitting, especially when you're in a park. Number 6, do raise your hand. The very first restaurant we went into in Japan, my family and I sat down at the table and we must have waited 45 minutes to an hour before I finally realized you have to raise your hand to place an order. In Japan, you raised your hand and caught the eye of whoever was walking around with a notepad and let them know what you like to eat. Until you raise your hand, they will not come to you. Number 7, do not tip. Tipping is actually kind of looked down upon in Japan. It's just not part of their culture. Their food service as a whole, whether it be restaurant or fast food or a little bakery, whatever it is, tipping is not common and it's just kind of unpolite. Number 8, do ask for help. Even if you don't speak the language. There were so many instances that we just all looked confused, so someone was kind enough to come up and help us, and they are very willing to help. They understand that we're foreigners, so be willing to ask for help or at least accept help when it's offered. Number 9, do not stand on an escalator. If you want to stand on the escalator instead of walking up while it's moving, you must stand on the right side. Or left side, I don't remember. It's one of the sides. The other side is meant to stay clear for people to walk straight up even when the escalator is moving. At least in Tokyo, it's very fast paced, so you stay on your side unless you're ready to move to, then you get up in that line and you go. And finally, number 10, do learn the train lines. If you're visiting the countryside, this may not be so important, but at least in Tokyo, there are so many train lines, and we spent at least 30% of our day each day trying to figure out what train we were going on and where it was going to. Like I said, there's many people that can help you. There's tons of maps, but it would be beneficial if you're visiting Tokyo to check out the rail system, figure out where it is you're wanting to stop, and where you need to get off to get to that point. Well, that's all I have for this video. These 10 tips are things that I learned while in Japan without any books or any knowledge beforehand that I wish I would have known. So I hope that these help you if you do plan to travel over there. If you are planning to go to Japan, let me know in the comments below what area you're going to, or if you've already been, let me know where you've been. Let me know some of the tips that I left out. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Sayonara!